I got a box from Amazon today. It's filled with music for the masses. Let's open it up. Hi everybody, my name's Tom. You're watching High Rant District. Despite the title of this video, unboxing music for the masses, that has nothing to do with this has nothing to do with Depeche Mode, and nothing against Depeche Mode. It's a band I like. I was kind of hemming and hawing on a few albums, and I just decided a couple days ago to splurge, and I bought 10 albums. So I'm going to open up the box and show you what I got and explain myself a little further. Let's take these box cutters. Oh, not a balanced box. Never cut towards yourself, like I just did. Okay. Let's see what we got. Plenty of packaging. Amazon's kind of funny. A lot of times stuff comes in boxes way bigger than it needs to be, but let's just kind of go through what I got. Now, as far as the whole music for the masses thing, a couple days ago, I was just kind of looking at my wish list, I guess, on Amazon. So I always like stick a bunch of albums in there, and while I was looking through it, I popped in a CD of Can, their Tago Mago CD. It's the only album of theirs that I have. Like I'm sitting there listening to it, going, "Man, this sounds great." And I've got this hesitation about buying CDs. It's the vinyl community. My preference is vinyl, but sometimes you forget that CDs can sound as good, sometimes better. All depends on the CD, depends on the vinyl. But lately, I've been kind of like, I'm always grumbling about something. But lately, what I've been grumbling about is the price of new vinyl records. I feel like it's just getting far too high, and we're seeing gouging. We are absolutely positively seeing price gouging on these things. I look at, I got an email today from Kill Rock Stars touting a few albums. Kill Rock Stars, colored vinyl, brand new record from, who was it? Taiwan Death House, I think. Colored vinyl, brand new, $14.99. I think they're selling it for the same price as the black vinyl. So how come this smallish label at this point, Kill Rock Stars, without the big monster purchasing power and the economy of scale that can be applied to production that the big three record companies have, without all that power and the money to be able to get the lower prices, how is KRS able to put out records for $15? And plenty of other labels too. Whereas the brand new record from, I don't know, whoever, is going to be like 23, 24, 25 bucks. It kind of I'm kind of stumbling a bit on buying records that cost, brand new records, a new release, it's over 20 bucks. And I could ramble more, and I'm sure I will. But fuck it, let's just look at what I picked up. Zeal and Ardor, Devil is Fine. Okay, this is from, I think it's from last year, 2016. And it's, I forgot the story behind it, but it's kind of death metal, kind of avant-garde, kind of gospel. It's a bunch of things. Now, when this came out on vinyl, originally this got a lot of buzz, and the record got hot, and it sold extremely fast, and it was hard to find. I actually found and I should step back a second. As we evolve, each of us kind of evolve as collectors. Those of us that have not been collecting, say, vinyl records continuously for that long, people in my shoes will probably our habits are kind of evolving. Whereas the people who stuck with vinyl for like 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever years, they know what they're doing. They kind of have their own ethos that they already have. For somebody like me, it's kind of always still evolving. And I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, so as my collecting habits evolve, I haven't bought a reissue on vinyl of a record in quite some time. I've kind of slowed down, I have slowed down on my purchasing. And I'd rather buy the original version of a record in, VG Plus or better condition, something that sounds good. And I'd rather buy the original than buy a reissue. So I really don't buy reissues hardly at all. I may not have. It may have been more. It may be more than a year. Since I've last bought a. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been more than a year since I bought a reissue vinyl record. Anyway, there is a reissue of this record around. It's about $20 on black vinyl. This was $12. What else do I have? This is a 2009 album from Tombs. Winter Hour. And that's this is $11 and change. It's expensive to find on vinyl. And let's see what's next. We got Chris Hamtaro Overlord was showing this. It's the Obsessed Sacred. And this is from... It's on Relapse Records. It's from this year. It's from 2017. Anyway, now here's a little bit of a rant on new metal records. Okay. So this is new. Now, the vinyl version is like 11 or 12 bucks. The vinyl is I think it's only about 18 bucks on black vinyl, but my beef with metal records, and I'm seeing this with Nuclear Blast and Relapse, which are places I get emails from, so I'm a little bit more familiar with those than other metal distributors. These things tend to come, metal records in particular, tend to come in like 200 different colors of vinyl. And it's and they're expensive, I could see a color vinyl, non-black vinyl costing about $1 more than the black. I don't think the actual cost is that much more. But metal on vinyl for brand new releases feels to me like it's become fashion. I don't know why you have to have 8 different colors. You're kind of appealing to and it's going to sound idiotic, but you're appealing to you're appealing to fashion, and you're appealing to a collector that's less into the music, perhaps. I'm being judgmental. I'm not going to go there. Fuck it. I'm judgmental. There does not need to be like 8, 10, 20 versions of an album on vinyl in different colors. In the $25 range. That's absurd. That's price gouging. So I think where I'm going with this is for newer metal releases in particular. For a lot of new albums, because pressing qualities are dodgy as it is. But when a new album comes out, and this falls mostly in the metal category, if there's 200 colors of it available on vinyl, I'm getting the CD. Not not doing it for the fashion. What do we got here? Oh, we'll do this. Hater. This is from 1993. It's the name of the band and the name of the album. This is like a drummer and bass player of Soundgarden, oddly enough, and guitar player from Monster Magnet at the time. Anyway, it's like a garage rock kind of. It's a 1993 Seattle area rock. You know what it sounds like, grungy, blah blah blah. What else do we got here? Go with so this is like the second album from Love. Da Capo, yeah. I heard this once or twice a long time ago. Didn't really grab me, but because I was grabbing Forever Changes by Love, which is their third album from 1967. So this must be from '66. I decided to grab Da Capo and give this a chance again. These were like $9 a piece. Hater was $9, and The Obsessed, Tombs, Zeal and Auto were all like 11 or 12 bucks. This was like $10. This is, since I was listening to Tago Mago by Can. Somebody else mentioned that Future Days would be a good one to get. Again, I'd love to have this on vinyl, but because of, I'm a weird person and I'm looking really just for the originals on vinyl, as expensive. And so instead of like hesitating, like waiting till it, I magically stumble across a low priced, original on vinyl in good condition, I'm going to buy the CD and enjoy the music. This is a new album. This is from 2017, I'm pretty sure. And this is The Regrets. Feel Your Feelings, Fool. It's kind of punkish and a little poppy because I stumbled across this band a couple of days ago. These are, I don't know if you can really make it out from the album cover. I think the band members are like 16 years old. It's like two guitar players and the bass player are girls and a guy on drums. And for whatever reason, the sound just caught me. And it's a debut album, and I kind of like the energy on this. And I've only heard like 2 songs. But so I figured I'd give this a chance for 10, 11, 12 bucks, whatever it was. It's not available on vinyl, so it's just a CD. I figured I'd give it a shot. And there's a lot of good music coming out from younger bands. At my age, it's easy to overlook up-and-comers, but sometimes you got to take a chance. And there's a lot of good music. There's a lot of really horrible music out by young people, but there are young people who are doing good stuff. The Regrets, I think they're one of them. What else we got here? And Meshuggah, The Violent Sleep of Reason. It was $11 and change. This is from last year. Ron, his channel is called My Lung Puppy. My Lung Puppy was just talking about this a couple days ago, I think. And it's like death metal and prog kind of mixed together. Anyway, I sampled it. It's got a really interesting sound, and he says he's really digging it. He said he's digging it while he's doing workouts. So I'm assuming there's got to be a fairly aggressive nature to it as well. Meshuggah have been around for ages. Oddly enough, I don't have anything of theirs, so now I do. So this was, $12. The vinyl is about 24 or 25 bucks. I don't think it's one of those that have come out in like 200 colors, but for 25 bucks, that's absurd. I get the CD. And, I really think, the whole thing with the metal being fashion on vinyl and 100 colors, and that just pissing me off. I haven't bought as much new release metal as I should, and I just got to get past that. grab the CDs and you know, start getting more. So anyway, that's so anyway, music for the masses. What I'm kind of talking about is getting it on CD. What did I originally intend? My original intention was to say that vinyl used to be music for the masses. You know, it was a relatively inexpensive way to get your music historically, and now that vinyl is, you know, is clearly back, there's so much price gouging going on. The prices are going up and up and up. That I'm, you know, I love vinyl, but I got to be, you know, realistic, and I can spend the money. I can afford all these on vinyl, but it's ridiculous. You know, you got to be smart with your money. And so anyway, got those on CD. And what else is in here? The last thing. One vinyl record. I hope it's the right one. It is. All right. So open this thing. And it is God's Problem Child. It's Willie Nelson. This dude is 84 years old, I believe. This is his brand new record. And I think it takes kind of a somber tone. I mean, I think he's reminiscing about, you know, past friends. Anyway, he's 84 and still making music. And, you know, at 84, you wonder how much longer he's going to be making music, or even how much longer he might be around. This comes on black vinyl. Your choices of vinyl for country music, for most country music, you have a choice of black vinyl or black vinyl, you know, or CD. Brand new record, Willie Nelson, major fucking name, and this was $16 and change. And you know, these CDs that are 11 and $12, I could have bought the Will Nelson on CD for $7 and change, brand new, and that was released this year. So that kind of tells you like the amount of gouging that goes on even in CDs. But hey, you know, it's a lower cost for the CDs. Anyway, it's Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson belongs on vinyl. This is just how it is. And at $16 and change, that's reasonable. And this is a major star. So anyway, music for the masses. There you go. Thanks for listening to me ramble. And, you know, anything I go on and on about like these, you know, about, you know, what I believe as far as prices go, or color, you know, 200 colors of the same record being fashion. These things are, you know, they're my mindset, you know, and I'm a strange person. I'm a weird person. It's how I collect. It doesn't imply that it's how you should collect. We all do things differently. We all collect differently, and that's good. That's healthy. You know, me just yelling at you goddamn kids with your colored vinyls to get off my lawn, that's just me. I'm not trying to influence you. I strongly encourage you not to buy the original versions of records, older records, because that drives the prices up for me. Thank you for watching. Catch you later.